After months of detention in a U.S. prison, Russian national Maria Butina has pleaded guilty to failing to register as a foreign agent. But as RT's Maupin now reports, there's some worry that she's being used as a political pawn, and moreover, that she's not alone in this respect.
When Maria Butina was arrested, the media went wild. Cue the James Bond music and get out your decoder rings. It turned out we have a real James Bond seductress in real life, and they had sexy photos with firearms.
A web of sex and lies.
An illegal Kremlin agent.
She offered sex for access to an unnamed political group.
Was likely in contact with Russia's FSB and something right out of a spy novel.
They scraped the barrel for everything. Even her phone cover, which reportedly had Putin's face on it, received its fair share of airtime. And now, after 6 months, she's been in federal custody, much of which in solitary confinement. She has come forward and pled guilty to failing to register as a lobbyist for a foreign government. Yep, no spy stuff, no sexual seduction, not much at all. They've got her for supposedly talking to some politically influential people. This is what Russia has been saying all along.
When I heard about what's happening around her, I asked all the chiefs of our intelligence, and no one had heard of her. Only in the Federal Council had people heard of her, because she was working as someone's assistant.
Now, prior to today's hearing, the Russian Foreign Ministry said that they would support her no matter what decision she made. It seems like the Butina saga is now drawing to a close. She might be deported back to Russia. She might go to prison. The next hearing is on February 12th.
They're not just vague and politically motivated. This is an utter and total miscarriage of justice. I work on K Street in Washington, D.C. K Street is the center of lobbying for the Washington area. Half of K Street is unregistered. Half of K Street is working for foreign countries without registering with the Justice Department. So why target Maria Butina? Because she's Russian and they might be able to get some political leverage out of her. That's the only reason. This is not about justice, not at all.
But another high-profile case is now starting to unravel. The chief financial officer of Huawei Technologies, the world's leading telecommunications manufacturer, has been grabbed in Canada over charges related to sanctions against Iran. Trump openly admits that U.S. interests and negotiations are a factor.
If I think it's good for what will be certainly the largest trade deal ever made, I would certainly intervene if I thought it was necessary.
Is going to be dangerous to see is whether we have a federal investigatory body and a Justice Department that is launching investigations or asking things under the guise of being, yes, we're the government of the United States, without the approval or support of the president or other members of Congress in order to achieve political purposes or to achieve other purposes. So that's something we need to be careful of. What we cannot do is to let people who act outside U.S. laws or subvert those in the name of protecting policies to run those. We need to hold them accountable. And fortunately, we do have a system in the United States where people can be held accountable if the right voices speak up.
You can bet that those who follow world events and geopolitics are rapidly rereading Trump's magnum opus, The Art of the Deal. They are scanning pages to see if they can find the part where it says, when all else fails, grab a prominent woman. Maupin, RT, New York.